I had a camper van outfitted for me by Dove Campers in Perth, and when I flew over to bring it back, I decided to have a trial run down to Busselton in the southwest. This foreshore is something the city can be really proud of. The picnic areas, the children's playgrounds, the water drinking stations, and a lovely long wharf. And a magnificent jetty, almost 2 kilometres long. .84, and the little train running every hour out to the end of the jetty. Then of course there are taverns, bars, youth centres, some lovely big trees, the odd statue or two, plenty of parking areas and very good toilet blocks, a car charging station, this is the Preston Beach parking area. I stayed here last night. Nice stopover at this lake. Then I headed back to Perth where I got them to take out the microwave and put in 2 more shelves. Then I set off on my trip east. This is Lake Leschenaltia, where I've stopped for lunch today. This little fellow was interested in lunch. You've heard about the water pipeline going from Perth to Kalgoorlie? Well, this is one section of it. The double pipeline has now joined into one, and these plantings are part of a project undertaken by the state government in the 90s. They called it Ribbons of Green. Of course, this is part of the wheat belt, and there's a couple of pink and grey galahs sitting up here in a tree, waiting for the wheat to produce their dinner. I had a comfort stop at Calabarin and almost missed that train sneaking up behind me. Some of the silo art on the wheat belt. Then arriving in Kalgoorlie, of course I had to go and film the super pit. I spent most of the day in Kalgoorlie with a dear friend of mine, so it was fairly late in the afternoon before I got a chance to film the pit, and the shadows didn't help. The shadows on this signboard are making it impossible to photograph, but KCGM is one of the largest gold mines in Australia, producing around 700,000 ounces every year. It's 20,000 kilograms. For every 1,000,000 tonnes of ore extracted, there are between 250 and 300 kilograms of gold, with over 85 million tonnes of ore and waste rock removed every year. This equates to 1 in 7 trucks carrying about a golf ball size quantity of gold, half a kilogram. then south to Norseman.
This is the roundabout in Norseman where you turn off the Goldfields Highway to get onto the Nullarbor Plain. Bye.
Now I've got a long wait while one of these ore trains goes past. It takes 7 of those trucks to produce enough gold to resemble a golf ball.
Did you count the trucks? I didn't.
I did later. There was 116.
That's what you call a train. Bye.
This long straight starts just after Baladonia. The widened part of the highway is the airstrip. This sign puts the fear of God into you and makes you very alert. A welcome sight, the end of the long straight.
The first glimpse of the Great Australian Bight.
This is Border Town. I think this sign is repeated every 88 kilometres. The Bight seems to go on forever. That marker shows the distance to the Nullarbor Roadhouse. On and on some more. There's a little bit of colour if you look for it. I reckon these ones deserve a medal. Is that a good sign?
Penang is well known for its windmills, but this is quite a display. This one was made in 1923. 1934. There's a mobile one in the foreground. This is a homemade one. This one's a bit different. Came from Anna Creek Station in South Australia in the early 1900s. In South Australia are doing very well. According it's a tuna for some fresh fish, and you can't get it any fresher than this.
This fellow knows where to camp, right outside the fishery door.
Very colourful road through here between Woollahra and Puchia. You need lots of silos for the amount of crops they put in here. This is Minipar. This area is known as granite country, and to prove it, they built this fellow.
Good job I was watching the side of the road. These little fellas nearly got left behind. I always wanted to see the Sturt's desert pea in flower.
probably the head of the Gulf at Port Augusta.
This is the huge solar farm at Broken Hill. The big picture is truly a big picture. It's 100 metres long by 10 metres high. It was painted by one person, a 27-year-old Australian outback boy, and is viewed from a central pagoda. Only goats could survive out here. On the way to Wilcannia.
This is where I'm camped for the night at Ningen, right down beside the river. I called in at Evans Head Marine Rescue to have a look and see where they get their reports every morning. This is the view.
At Alstonville, I called into the house with no steps, or as they call it now, Summerland Farm, for a tour around the macadamia orchards.
Not much water coming over them. Really not that terrible drive. Not worth it. But anyway, I wanted somewhere to stay for the night, so here I am. That's the valley they fall into. Might get a better shot in the morning. No more water, but a bit more sunshine this morning.
There was quite a crowd of young people here when I arrived, but they'd all gone by nightfall.
Still very dark down the bottom.